What's up, everybody? This is an exclusive from MaddenSchool.com, and I'm bringing you a revival of a play that has been around in Madden for a couple seasons now. It's the gun split close, and we're going to be going over halfback wheel. I'm running this out of the Atlanta playbook, and I want to just demonstrate this play against any random play on defense. Now, the beauty about this play is that it has pretty good built-in progressions for you. So the way that you want to look at this is, first of all, your first reads are both of your flat routes. So if you see that the blitz is coming from either side of those flat routes, that's your first read. And from there, your second read is going to be your X wide receiver on the deep post route. Usually I say that if you're playing against a user, do not bullet lead or bullet pass to the X receiver ever. It will get picked. Always try to lob pass it if you can for a deep pass. Your third read, most of the time, depending on what you do with this B wide receiver, whether you leave him on the in route or try to do like a motion snap with him on a slant route or something like that, he'll either be your second read if he's on a slant or your third read otherwise. And then your fourth read here is Sanu, or your A wide receiver on the corner route. Now when you set this play stock, like I said, I'm just going to go through my progressions here so I can see it's man coverage. And I can make a bad read there. Against man coverage, especially against a cover one, what most of the time what you'll want to do is just use the motion. Use the motion with your B wide receiver here. So once again, like if I see a blitz is coming, maybe from the right or left side, just kind of shift there, and I'll just kind of motion snap, watch for the blitz. First read there, flat route. Just take my, that's like 7-8 yards. Move on to the next down. Same thing here, I'll kind of just do this slant out, and I'm reading that it's man coverage, so once again, just right to the flat there, just take your yardage and move on. And then if you want to get, so this is kind of like a blitz buster, if you will, and then it works on the left side too. And again, usually what I do is just, if it's there, just take it, pass lead, rat catch it, take what you can get and move on. Otherwise, you can, once you start lulling people to sleep, like if they start dragging their coverage underneath, that's when things start to open up over the top, obviously. I was a little bit late on the read there. I was trying to read cover 2 on the backside, so like, obviously, oh look, a blitz is coming from that side, so let me just get my hot wide receiver here. Oops, I don't know what I just did there. Motion him back. Motion him out. And then read the flat, flat's open every single time, Tevin Coleman for 10 yards. So obviously, what you have to do to stop this on defense is you have to put 2 dudes in the hard flats. Anything else is not going to stop this. Curl flats are not going to stop this. Soft squats are not going to stop this. It has to be hard flats. And the difficulty with that is that the only thing with hard flats in it, by default, without ruining the rest of the coverage, is a cover 2 hard flat or a cover 3 sky hard flat. And if someone's running a cover 3 sky hard flat, that's when your Sanu route is going to come wide open, because you can just stack the right side and flood that zone. If they're playing a cover 2 hard flat, most of the time this X wide receiver, Julio Jones, is going to be wide open for a touchdown over the top. So you can see here, X wide receiver against off man coverage just absolutely torches him deep. And then anything like that. So you can see here, because the linebacker went up with Julio Jones, I'll show this on the replay here, and this is the Tampa 2 defense. So if you watch the middle linebacker here, if you I read the safeties off the snap. So if I see the safeties go back like that and split, I know it's cover 2. And then if I see this linebacker, as soon as I see it's cover 2, I want to hit Julio Jones here. If I see that linebacker right here, if it's an AI, if I see that linebacker turn and run, I'm right underneath to my B wide receiver. You see I'm a little bit late there. That's why you motion him out and come back, so you can kind of go through your progressions better. But you want to hit him here, and then if he's not open, you can always just go quickly or go late to the flats against a cover 2. In real football, it's a cardinal sin to go late in the flats against a cover 2, but in Madden, you can see that Jalen Ramsey is just playing way deep to cover the corner route. So one more time here, I'll try to get a good cover 2 eventually. That's a cover 4 right there. You can see that I'm just taking my easy slant for 8 to 10 yards. Obviously, you know, against a user, you just want to kind of lull them to sleep and then eventually just start hitting everything and forcing these guys to cover the over the middle. Eventually what you want to do with the user is you want to force him to take the X wide receiver first and then come back down to the slant. And as soon as he comes back down to the slant, that's when you know that you have pretty much everything else open and you can force him to stay in the middle of the field. And as soon as you force somebody to stay in the middle of the field, you've got pretty good stuff from there. You know exactly where they're going to be. They're not going to try to surprise you and be, you know, covering corner routes. Because if they're covering corner routes flying all over the field, you're not doing your job correctly. So I'll run this play one last time. Once again, here's a Tampa 2. Throw it right over the middle to Calvin Ridley and take my 10 to 15 yards. So if you guys haven't already rediscovered the halfback wheel in this game, I highly, highly, highly recommend using it. Obviously, it's a very effective play. It's very much a blitz killer in my opinion, and it allows you to attack both flats and deep. And then if you get real bored, it's got some decent run plays to it. It's got a good PAF slides, a pretty good play action. So go ahead and have this play to your playbook, guys.